for joining us. My name is Tyler. This is my dad.
Dave.
And we are 2Gen Fragrance Reviews.
Yes, we are.
Today we are, selling our souls. And we are going through...
Really a deep statement.
4 of the most popular designer fragrances of the last... How many years now? Several years. So... Yes. We just got to do it. We got to talk about them. We need to let our viewers know what we feel about them.
Yes.
We don't have a choice.
Yes.
So today, we're talking about the big 4, and that is Versace Dylan Bleu, Bleu De Chanel, Mont Blanc Explorer, and, of course, Dior Sauvage.
Dior Sauvage.
So let's get to it. Let's start with Dylan Bleu. So Dylan Bleu is the cheapest of these 4, and it is about $50 for 100 ml, so pretty good.
Pretty good, not bad.
And Versace Dylan Bleu has come on very strong. It's a scent that people compare against, the big boys of Dior and Bleu De Chanel.
Absolutely.
And we've worn these. I'm just gonna say this all up front.
Yep.
None of these last crazy long. Explorer and Sauvage and Chanel last longer than Dylan Bleu, but they're blue scents. They're not supposed to last forever.
Right.
But actually, I'll make an addendum to that because Dior Sauvage can be overpowering. If you've put too much on in the too high of a temperature, you'll gas people out.
I agree.
So that's the one caveat. Yeah. I just used addendum and caveat.
Wow, that's impressive.
My God,
college education.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anyway, all right. So Dylan Bleu. Dylan Bleu. We won't mention this this will be the first of 3 times we mention the word ambroxan. It is an ambroxan-based fragrance. Yep. Ambroxan is a synthetic note that is a musky amber.
Yes.
So it's kind of just a musky scent, but we've talked about amber a lot. It's kind of a little bit heavier. It just adds a little bit of sweetness and heft to the scent.
That it does.
But then mix it with some musk, and you get ambroxan.
Yes, ambroxan.
So Dylan Bleu also has oceanic notes.
Suits his name.
Yeah.
It's blue.
It's blue.
It's truly blue.
Water notes, bergamot, ambroxan.
Yep.
Dylan Bleu.
Dylan Bleu. I mean, and it's from the House of Versace.
Yeah.
And you're going to get quality from that. I know there's synthetic notes in it, but ultimately you still get quality. The blending is really terrific. It's a wonderful scent in warmer weather. It is. It is something that I've worn for lunch dates, for even in the evening in warmer months. I mean, it's I don't think it lasts a ton for the amount of money. I don't. Yeah. That's my opinion. Yeah. But
it smells really good. I mean,
but it smells great.
People love it for a reason.
It's a compliment.
So Dylan Bleu, you will get compliments. It smells really good.
Really good.
There's a reason that it's so popular.
What are we talking about now? Let's go with Sauvage. Why not?
Okay. We'll talk about Sauvage. Alright, so great atomizer on Dior Sauvage. Dior always has good atomizers. This one's been talked to death. Literally to death. But there's a reason.
Because it's good.
It smells so good.
It's going to get you compliments.
Yeah.
It's going to smell great. It's got a fragrance to it that ultimately makes you feel, I think, a little confident. Because it's a very masculine scent. There's no question about it. Yep. There's that metallic note in there.
It does have a weird...
It is powerful.
Yeah.
So,
and it's ambroxan based again. And there's the bergamot, and it gets very peppery. So that's what I mentioned earlier about where it can gas people out if you put too much on and in higher heat. That pepper definitely plays a role in that.
Yeah.
So for me, unfortunately, this is just personal. I actually love the opening in the mid of Sauvage. I love it. But there's something about the dry down where I think it's the mixture of vetiver, patchouli, and cedar messes with my... it makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
No one should take this, personally. But I'm just, from my experience, I absolutely love the opening and the mid of Sauvage, but I can't wear it because something about the dry down bothers me.
Well, it's interesting that bothers you, but I get it. The opening and the mid are really unique.
Yeah.
And unlike a lot of openings, it doesn't. It's not to me. A lot of openings are a waste in a way because except for maybe we'll mention this coming up, but like Aventus, where there's pineapple and there's citrus. But ultimately, this opening and this mid are really, really good.
Yeah.
I think that as it dries down, it gets a little duller.
It does. It's
a little duller.
yeah.
Vetiver maybe.
It's one where you should spray it like right before you're going out, because the opening in the mid is where it really truly shines.
Yeah.
It is, I'd say, of the three we have, the most divisive fragrance.
Probably.
Because people either love it or they hate it.
It's mainstream, it's popular, so you're probably going to get a lot more that love it.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of compliments.
Yeah.
The ladies absolutely love it.
Yep.
It just is what it is. It's super popular for a reason.
Sure.
And it's the most expensive. It is $83 for 100 ml. Mont Blanc Explorer next. So this one is probably the newest of them all.
Yeah.
And the least blue of them all.
So it is not a direct clone. Okay.
It's very close.
The house will never say that it's a direct clone.
They cloned it.
And it doesn't have the pineapple opening that is so unique to Creed's, the niche fragrance, Creed's Aventus, which is one of my favorites. However, it has enough of the characteristic to really, really be a popular scent. It's, in the warmer weather, that's a date scent. That's a really sweet. And I don't mean just sweet, it does have some sweet notes, but it's just a sweet smelling scent that's going to get you compliments. It's just really good.
So, versus Aventus, it's mostly bergamot, but it really does smell like it could be pineapple. It's another Ambroxan-based scent that flows through this whole list, except for Bleu De Chanel. And then it also has an interesting note, Akigala wood, which is actually a synthetic note, and it's a peppery patchouli, so that's more in the dry down anyway.
Yep.
But this one's probably the second most versatile of these, I would say.
Yep.
You can wear it in most seasons, most occasions. It really does smell good. This
got good projection.
Yeah,
it's got some sillage.
Yeah, it's actually an EDP. The rest are EDTs. This is an EDP, which is a little bit better.
It's a little heavier, and it's and I would also say that the EDP, it's a little better than moderate performance, meaning it's gonna probably be. My experience has been that it projects for a good 2-3 hours, and when I say project, I think it's one you have to be careful with. I think not unlike the Sauvage. I think if you put too much on, people are not going to appreciate it as much.
Agreed. Yeah. I can see that. This is $50 for 100 ml. Definitely worth a shot. A quarter of the price, eighth of the price of Creed's Aventus. Yeah. It's really good. It's popular for a reason, like all of these. Right. And then last, but certainly not least, is the one and only Bleu De Chanel, which is the oldest of these four.
Blue.
By far, but it is probably the OG blue scent.
I think so. Yeah, I believe that's the truth.
It can be worn in pretty much any occasion, most seasons. It's great. It's the only one on this list that doesn't have Ambroxan in it. Yep. Probably Ambroxan didn't even exist when they made this the first time.
Yeah. I will say that what's cool about this scent is it's a compliment getter, but it's also so unoffensive to everybody that you can wear it formal occasions, you can wear it at night, you can wear it during to work. I'd go light on it, but
it still works.
But it still works.
It does still work.
So if you're in the office situation, maybe that's the one that you're careful with. Otherwise, you know what? Enjoy. It's a really good scent. It's a very comforting scent. It's just something that people like, pretty much across the board.
Yeah. I'd say it is grapefruit. And then it also, grapefruit opening, and then it starts to blend in with a little bit of ginger, which is one of the major players in this. And then there's also an incense in the background, which kind of darkens it up a little bit.
That's right.
So I do like Bleu De Chanel, but just saying this is very expensive.
Chanel.
Yeah, you can't even find Chanel on discounters. So if you're going to buy BDC, you got to go on eBay and hope you get a real one. Or buy it.
There is one discounter that sometimes carries Chanel, and that I believe is Fragrance X. If it's not X, it's Net. Fragrance Net.
You're still looking at $100.
Oh, it's definitely not.
So just from my personal collection, Missoni Parfum Pour Homme, which we have talked about before, it's my favorite warmer weather date night fragrance. Has a lot of the same characteristics as this, but it doesn't have incense, which is a win for me. And it carries the ginger and grapefruit The projection, everything else is the same,
Yep.
and it's definitely cheaper. So if you're interested in Bleu De Chanel but don't want to spend the money, Missoni Parfum Pour Homme, great alternative.
Absolutely.
So, we're gonna run through real quick our favorites of these in order, just so you guys can know. But one thing I do want to say is, if you're going to wear these fragrances, you are going to smell like other people around you.
Yeah,
You're not going to be original.
a mass appealing.
Yeah.
It's mass appealing for a reason.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it.
You're gonna smell like other people. If you're fine with that, then go for it. If you want to be different, do not buy these.
Yeah, if you really want to stand out.
Yeah, just
maybe
don't.
have a bottle nearby if you just want to throw something on that's not going to offend anybody or
Right.
something. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
All right. So in order of the one of what I would wear, I don't actually own any of these because I don't like smelling like other people. It's just one thing. Like the Missoni Parfum Pour Homme smells like Bleu De Chanel, but it's not Bleu De Chanel.
No,
it's
not.
different. But if I were to buy these, I believe I would go Explorer first, and then I would go Bleu De Chanel. Then I would go Dylan Blue, and again, I really truly love the opening and mid of Dior, of Dior Sauvage, but I can't wear it because it just doesn't make me feel good when it gets to the base. So it's last place for me. What about you? I'll hold them up for
I'm
you.
going to work it backwards.
Okay.
Last place for me is Dylan Blue.
Okay.
That's last for me. Next to the last would be Explorer. And part of the reason is
Because you own a Ventus.
I own a Ventus.
Yeah, okay.
And the only reason I would wear this is
He
if
doesn't want to use it.
I don't want to spend the money. So I would put this on if I want to have an Aventus vibe,
man.
but I have a Ventus.
That's cold.
All right. And then next would be Sauvage.
Okay.
And it's kind of a tie. I like Sauvage and I like BDC too. So I go 2-1,
Okay.
but they could switch easily. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. So that's it. We sold our soul. Congratulations. You guys got our opinions on the 4 most popular blue fragrances in the game.
But listen, we appreciate you supporting us. We really want to hear about what your thoughts are on these. Are you tired of them? Do you still love them? Do you still wear them every day? Ultimately, we want to hear from you. So please hit bell for notifications. We're putting these out pretty quickly. We really love doing them for you, and we're hoping that you enjoy watching them and you get some information that's helpful to you. So thanks. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.